Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of me using AI agents to make my own shortcut utility app for Mac users, all without knowing any programming languages. And if you find this video inspirational, I'd highly appreciate your like to support this channel. And here's my latest update. In the last episode, I subscribed to Cursor AI and have constructed a base look of my app with dummy content. So naturally, the next thing I want to do is to ask AI to build function to let me add a new item. Looks like Cursor have added the jumping line and even suggested a handy shortcut command N for it, but it was not properly executed, and command N appeared as creating a new window as a macOS default behavior. Then I asked Cursor to make sure it can save all the user data, but then I also saw AppKit appeared in my code base. I want to focus on using Swift as my main language, and I thought AppKit was completely different, so I kept telling Cursor to remove the AppKit function. Then I asked Cursor to work on recording a user-typed shortcut, but this caused various bugs. So again, I threw in the bugs from Xcode and let Cursor figure things out. In the meantime, I asked ChatGPT, how does Swift UI handle key presses? And as you can see, the app is not showing any changes when I press my own keys. So I told Cursor what's going on and asked if this is a limitation of Xcode simulator. Because don't forget, I also don't know how to use Xcode. This is my journey figuring things out in a real-world practice. And it turns out Swift UI itself limits the amount of key pressing behaviors. So I have to just focusing on the final key sequence without using AppKit. You can see when I ask GPT to just alter the code base for me, even though I know it's not as fast as Cursor, and it didn't go well. I was shocked that my whole app went completely blank. So again, I told GPT what happened and asked it to work on the debugging. And when the app finally comes back, I was in a big relief, because for one moment, I thought all my effort was all gone. Not only it comes back, it also has the ability of letting users record a shortcut. It's not perfect, but I thought I'll just leave it for now. Here I was simultaneously working with ChatGPT and Cursor to understand how this can be achieved. GPT gave me the source file location on Mac where all the shortcuts users have saved. And Cursor have added the button where with one click, it grabs all the global shortcuts from a user input. Here I took a screenshot to remember this moment. Next step is to ask Cursor to make it prettier. And it did a pretty decent job. I was also jotting down new ideas as it goes. The shortcut was listed here, but the adding function stopped working. I was gonna fix it at first, but knowing this is probably a small fix for them and I didn't want to spend too much effort on it for now, so I quickly changed my focus on fixing the issue where 7,000 shortcuts have appeared. I don't know how this happened, but I want Cursor to filter out the duplicate if getting 7,000 result is unavoidable. And their fix, well, it duplicated another 7,000 shortcuts, totaling 40,000. So I turned to GPT to ask for some insights on how did it grab those data firsthand. I was trying to figure out what happened at first. It appeared to have assigned the same shortcut to each app. I dumped all my thought process to Cursor, but it ended up with way too many prompts. And I wasn't even sure if I understood myself. So I simplified it and just told Cursor the issue and asked it to fix with auto scan function. Without doubt, build failed multiple times. Because I haven't fully understood how Xcode works, I didn't know there are many ways to see the error code, including the console, so I just kept asking GPT for some clue. And it just extracted all key points and give it to Cursor to see, as if it's AI teaching AI. Luckily, the app went back online, and once again you can see my big relieved face. I'll be honest with you, I almost had a heart attack. So I decided to work on something lighter, and that is to make my app run with a proper icon. I have a master image, but not fully transparent. When ChatGPT told me macOS icon can't have transparency, I was in a big doubt about that. Fun fact, macOS icon is suggested to have transparency. And after researching on some apps that can do icon set, I decided to use what I have already in my hand. But I didn't know how to use Pixelmator Pro properly, so I ended up with even bigger icon files. I was trying to figure out how to export smaller images, but I got even bigger one exported. GPT even wants to give me some template, but this is the template it gave me. Not helpful. I decided to use another app I have in hand, which is Affinity Design. And I also found a really helpful Apple Design template. Eventually, I learned that I can just use Affinity Design's export persona to export smaller images. After first attempted export, the naming was wrong, so I have to went back and change the name of each one of them. Then I got my first full icon set exported. And with a few more debuggings, I can see my app runs with its own icon. The icon design is definitely not final, but I'm just so happy that my app is coming into shape. So folks, that's my latest update for you. And there are still a lot more features to add and bugs to fix, and frankly, many heart attacks to come. But I'm having so much fun, and I'm learning a lot on this journey of using AI agents to help me make apps that I have never have thought possible 5 years, even 5 months ago. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and I really appreciate subscribing to this channel. That way I can produce more content like this. That wraps up episode 3. I'll see you in next one.